First fish of the night, 29 3/4. What a stud.
Nice fish. What a pig. Such a girthy fish. We'll get her back, get a good release video on her, make sure she lives healthy.
28 incher to end the night.
Welcome back to another video, and thanks for tuning in. What a beautiful day I have on my hands here. Very little wind, 50 degrees. Such a perfect night to go out and shoot a video for you guys and add in some really helpful tips to help you guys get out and get on some fish. So as you guys already seen from the title, this video is going to be about trolling. I'm going to add in some really helpful tips to get you guys out and hopefully get on a good trolling bite. I want to show you guys a little bit about my setup that I'm going to be using tonight. I got some Okuma convector reels here, got some Shimano rods, Cabelas trolling depth master rods, and I am using 12-pound XT monofilament, and I got a crankbait snap right on the end here to clip to my bait. And as you can see, VMC crankbait snaps, if you guys want to go check those out. I highly recommend these. These are some of the best crankbait snaps you could be using for casting and trolling when you are using snaps. And now let's talk about the boards I'm using. I'm using two different sets of boards here. I got some of the walleye boards and I got some offshore boards. As if you guys know about trolling, a lot of people, this is the #1 go-to. I really like these at times because it's really easy to use by yourself. You just pull this clip up, you got the top of your line that'll clip in here obviously, and then the back. Instead of having this snap here, you just got this little clip, so it's really easy to use by yourself and get that out of here. The only downfall about these is they do not have a flag on them, but at night that does not matter because I'm using these little lights over here. These lights are button lamp lights that I got from the local Fleet Farm, and you get a 6-pack for $10, which is absolutely amazing. I highly recommend, if you're trolling at night, to get you some of these. I could put the link in the description, or just get you some red and green lights. These are LED lights. They don't have to be red and green. Most people run red and green, but I just run the white LED lights. You could stick them straight to the board. As you've seen on this one, I got it stuck straight to the board. They actually come with sticky things on the back of them, which is excellent. But some of them I also will put this Velcro on. If they ever come off on me, then I just take it and I throw the Velcro on there. So it's really easy to access. Boop, pop that off. I can put it back on anytime I want. And then there's just a little light here. Boop, flips on like that. And as you see, that light comes on. But I don't want to hold you guys up any longer. I want to get right into the video. I can't wait to get out on the water. It's going to be a really beautiful, calm night. Hopefully stick some big fish. But the main part of this video is to add in a lot of information for you guys to get out and teach you guys how to troll and how to increase your chances of getting more bites when you're trolling. So hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think. Thanks for tuning in.
Where is it?
Nice fish.
Yeah. Heck yeah, buddy. Right away, boys. I haven't even made it halfway through the first pass. Yeah, should be clear on this one.
I almost messed that up.
Oh, crap. What am I doing? Yeah, you should be plenty good, bro. Oops, start walking back. Ready? Yep. Heck yeah, man. That's right here.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, dude.
I don't think it's as big as we think, but I don't know. It's hard to tell in the water. It's got it choked. Oh, that's a nice one, dude. Get back up, back up, back up.
First 30. First one's a hog, dog.
Yeah. First fish of the night, 29 3/4. What a stud. Way to start off the night. First fish of the night.
29 3/4.
Oh, so close to 30. The first one of the night, though. It's just getting dark.
Almost.
There she comes. All right, so here's what we're trolling, guys. We're trolling this transition line right here. We're running the boat right on top of the transition line, and I got boards out to the left on the deeper side of it over in here, and I got boards up here on the shallower side of it. I like to keep the boat anywhere in 10 to 13 feet just to kind of keep it right over that transition line, so that way we have that opportunity to have fish on both sides. And some nights, more fish will be on that shallower side and we'll get more up in the rocks. And some nights we'll get more on the outside boards, and we kind of adapt what the fish want that night and where they're hitting on how far back we're running our boards and everything. But I'll add in some more tips to the video here soon. Sending this perfect 10 back here. Using a couple different baits, perfect 10, scatter wraps. So what you want to do is you want to reel down on this. At the same time. Reel down on this, get about a foot of line out. Reset your line counter. Make sure this is set here. Press this button. All right, set it 0. Now what you want to do is you want to open this up and start letting your line out. And I am setting this one back at 10 feet. So you'll start pulling this out until it goes to 10 feet. Once it gets to 10 feet, we will clip on the board. 10 feet. Click this up here. Make sure my drag's set. Got the drag set where I want it. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys how I'm clipping these 2 different planer boards that I'm using on here. So what you want to do is you want to take this snap right here and go right over your line, just like this. Pull it down just like that. Make sure that line's all the way nice and tight down in that snap. Now, you want to give this a little slack right here. I always like to give it a little slack, your line right here. Grab this, and we'll snap this side down to this other snap, and I'll show you what that looks like once this is done. And see how that's tight like that? I like to leave some slack in there. So what I'll do is I'll pull out a little slack. See how it's nice and slack like that? So that way when that planer board's like that, and that pin's back there, it's got some slack to it. I'm gonna take this, set it in the water here, flip this switch. What I did is I flipped that switch right there, and start letting line out. Now I put it in the rod holder. You wait till it gets back to the desired depth that you want it at. And once you get it back to how much line you want out, then you're going to flip this back here, make sure your drag's tight, and it's good to go, just like that. Your board will swing out. As you can see, it's starting to kick out, and then that line will be set. Look how fire this hummingbird is. Fish on. Fish on. Oh yeah. Jesus. Almost another disaster. 24, 25-inch fish on the scatter wrap here. Closest board to the boat. Nice one. When you're trolling, boat control and speed is very important. Make sure you guys have some type of mapping system so you can see the depth that you're running in and follow these contours or follow the brake line, whatever you're trolling on. As you can see, I got my depth right here and then I got my speed right here. So I always know what speed I'm going, so that way I could dial in these bites along with them line counters. So that lets me know when I get a fish, how far I had the line back. So all these help you dial in these trolling bites. Otherwise, without these electronics, without the trolling motor, having autopilot, having the speed on here for me, without the Humminbird having the depth on here, also following the contours with the mapping, if you do not have a Humminbird, it's not like you cannot do it. I used to use Navionics off my phone for a long time. Download Navionics on your phone. You could follow the depth, highlight depth shading on there, follow the depth you want. Otherwise, I would say one of the biggest helps for me right now, especially being by myself and trying to troll, is having this autopilot on my trolling motor. Having this autopilot is very key. What autopilot is if you are not familiar with it, is I could point this trolling motor at a certain direction and hit the autopilot button, and the trolling motor will automatically stay going in that direction. Just like if you're familiar with spot lock, when you hit spot lock, it's going to keep you in one spot. Well, when I hit autopilot, this trolling motor is going to keep me going in the direction that I want to. And also I have the speed dialed in. As you can see here, I could adjust the speed, slow it down a little bit, speed it up. So another important thing also with trolling, like I was saying, boat speed and boat control is very important. But another thing you want to be doing while you're trolling, if you're not getting bites, is you want to be turning the boat slightly and then turn it back. Turn it slightly and turn it back. And also speeding up and slowing down. And what that's going to do is that's going to pick up the amount of bites you're having, just because that little action in the bait. So if you're sitting there going straight and you turn like this and your bait shoots off to the side a little bit and you turn back, it's going to make that action on the bait change, which triggers these fish to bite. Same thing with speeding up and slowing down. If you're not getting bites and you're going, say, 1 mile an hour, and you crank it up to 1.2, 1.3, and then slow back down, or you crank it right up to 1.2, 1.3, and there's a fish chasing that bait, 9 times out of 10, that fish is going to strike right then and there, and that fish could have been following your bait for 2-3 minutes. A lot of times these walleyes will sit there and chase your bait and just follow it, and with that bait doing the same thing, they'll never hit it. They'll follow it for so long and they'll swim away. Now, when that bait does something different, that triggers them to bite. So you just add to your odds. If you're sitting there turning your boat, or you're speeding up and speeding down as you're trolling, just so that way if a fish comes onto it and it's following that bait, like, oh, look, it's doing one thing, next you know, you turn or you speed up, oh, it's trying to get away. And so that triggers a bite right then and there. Another thing I like doing as well to trigger bites, if you're not steering the boat, say you're the guy sitting in the back or you're the guy running lines, what you should be doing, instead of just sitting there and not doing anything, you should be helping your odds to get bites. And what I mean by that is doing something productive. What I like to do if I'm not getting bites and I'm not steering side to side or speeding up, speeding down, I'll grab the line like this and I'll give it a pull, and then I'll let it out. Grab the line like this, give it a pull, let it out. Snap, snap, and just getting that bait to do something else to trigger that bite. There's a fish right on cue. I was just messing with them lines, showing you guys another way to trigger more bites. And as soon as I did that and turned the camera off, a board went back. Should maybe turn my headlamp off. As I'm shining my headlamp and going over a bunch of walleyes, and I could see them. Oh, I just had another bite. Oh, he's still on there. Oh, I got another one. Had another one. Okay, I don't need a double. Just gonna focus on landing one. Feels like a good fish. And the main thing is when you're by yourself is you want to keep this line tight. Even if you're with somebody else, you want to keep the line tight when you're unclipping a board. And so when I'm by myself, as you can see, I try to jump back with that line to keep that line tight. Always just barely hooked. And I got him. Just came off in the net. Would you look at that? It's a nice fish. Just came off in the net. Barely hooked. Luckily I got it. Looks like a nice fat female here doing her thing. Just a really fat fish. Not spawning, just a really fat, healthy Green Bay walleye here. Another chunker. That's what I'm talking about. Snapping them lines, triggering fish to bite, right on cue. So if you're not familiar with side imaging, here's my side imaging. You can see the rock to sand transition, and here's some fish in here. You can see a couple walleyes right there, 1, 2, 3, a couple more coming up here. And you can see I'm trolling right on the transition line with the rocks being on the left side, the side closer to shore, and on the outside of the transition, you can see the rocks turn to sand and gravel. And these fish are really on this transition line stacked in here. So I'm running boards up shallow, and normally if I had another person with, boards on the deeper side. But right now there's more fish underneath the 10 feet range, so I'm running more boards up shallow than normal. Otherwise I'd be running 3 on each side, running right in the middle of the transition with 3 on the shallow side in the rocks and 3 out in the sand. Another fish on, guys. Might be the last fish of the night. Feels like a good one. Going down like a good one. Big fish. Big fish. Yes. Oh yeah. That's a nice one. Look at this fish, guys. Look at that pig. Oh my god. It's gonna be close to 30. What a stud to end the night. Such a big, healthy fish. Can't ask for a better ending than that. Look how big she is. Such a girthy fish. Gonna get her back, get a good release video on her. Make sure she lives healthy for somebody else to catch. Goes. Bye-bye. Sadly, guys, we are going to end the video on that fish. I hope you guys liked the video. Hope you guys learned something. Could come out and do this for yourself. If you already know a little bit about trolling, hopefully this taught you just a little more. And if you're not experienced with trolling, hopefully this got you more experience with trolling and you can come out and do this for yourself and get on some fish. But leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Trying to do more videos like this, teaching you guys a lot of things. That's my big thing, is teaching people new things and getting people out on the water and getting people on fish. But if you like what you see, make sure you like it, leave a comment, and subscribe. Sorry, it's been a long night, but make sure you get on and hit that subscribe button. That's very much appreciated. Helps me out. Always give back to you guys. Make sure I keep giving you guys that great content that you guys are wanting. Not only that, but teaching you guys a lot of things. This video, I didn't put a whole ton of fish catching in. If you guys want to watch a video with a whole bunch of fish catching, go click on another video. I got tons of other videos of us just railing fish. But this video is more informational video to teach somebody something. But thanks for tuning in. Until next time, I'm out.